Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the Untangled Journal. I'm Jan. It's good to be back here with you. Today, we continue with our 365 Prophecies of Jesus, and today we are on number 16. This is the final prophecy from the Isaiah 53 suffering servant passage, and it comes from verses 10 to 12. In simple terms, this prophecy says that after the servant suffers, he will see the light of life. He will die as God's sacrifice, but death will not be the end of the story. He will rise again, justify many, and intercede for sinners. And of course, we see this fulfilled in Acts 2:23 to 24. And it tells us that Jesus was handed over according to God's plan, crucified, and then raised up because death could not hold him. In Romans 5:18 to 19 shows us the beautiful exchange. Through one act of righteousness, many were made right with God. Then in Luke 22:37, this connects Jesus directly with Isaiah's words that he would be numbered with the transgressors. And then in Hebrews 7 verse 25, this reminds us that he still lives to intercede for those who come to God through him. So I just wanted to pause on that phrase for a moment, numbered with the transgressors. It means Jesus was counted among sinners, even though he had no sin of his own. At the cross, he was placed between criminals and treated as if he belonged there. But that is the wonder of it. He stood in the place of sinners so that sinners could be made right with God. So this prophecy is full of hope. The suffering was real, the sacrifice was real, but so was the resurrection. Jesus did not stay in the grave. He rose, and because he lives, there is light, life, and mercy for us too. So for today's drawing, I'll be working with a light bulb to represent the light of life, and the element inside the bulb will be an arrow that spirals upward to show Jesus rising again. If you're drawing along, you will need your journal or some paper just to practice on, like we've been doing. You will need your pencil, an eraser, your blending tool or an earbud, and your fine liner or micron pen. All right, let's begin. We are going to start by drawing you could just draw a circle, I guess, a light circle for the shape of the bulb. From there, you would just bring it down and draw a line across. Then from here, you would just bring another line and have rounded edges, and then bring it in slightly and again slightly. Okay, and then from here, we're going to loop up 3 times to represent the third day. So 1, 2, 3, and then an arrow to show that Jesus rose again. From here, we will just add some light beams coming off the light bulb. And that is it. So let's go and ink in. We won't draw in the bottom of the circle, but we will draw all the outlines. There we go. So as you draw the spiral arrow moving upward, let it remind you that the story did not end in suffering. There we go. It moved upward into resurrection life, light after darkness, life after death, hope after the cross. And then go and draw in your light beams. Okay, then we can go and erase all our pencil. And let's go add some shadow. So I'm just going to add pencil all around the outside of the light bulb. And then I'll also add pencil onto the spiral element across. And I'll add a little bit of pencil to one side of the rays. Okay, let's go blend it in. So I just want to show you my blending tool was getting very dark on the tip. So I just took a scissor and just cut the ends. I know there is also a way that you can unravel it, but I have not mastered that yet, and I end up unraveling the entire blending tool. So I find it just so much easier to cut the ends. You also get different thicknesses of your blending tool. So you can buy them in packs. They come in, the one that I got had 3 different sizes, a thin one, and then this medium one, and then a very fat one. And for the finer details, the smaller one or the thinner one I prefer. But that's the one that I unraveled. And now there's nothing left of it. But it's okay, this one's is working okay. And that's it. That's it. So as we transfer this onto the PDF, just take your time with the drawing. Enjoy the quiet space. I'm going to try not to talk too much. And let this light bulb remind you of the beautiful truth of Isaiah 53, that after he suffered, he saw the light of life. Okay, let's go and add this to our PDF. Again, if you'd like a copy of this PDF, then just comment PDF with your email address and I'll send it to you gladly. And then you can just keep each page in a folder, and once we finish with the series, you can spiral bind them into a special keepsake, which would be quite special to look back on. All right, so here goes. I'm going to try and not talk too much, but we just start with our circle. Bring it down. Close it off. Add some and then the element 1, 2, 3 into your arrow, and then some light beams. However you'd like to do that. All right, let's go ink this in. Now erase the pencil lines. And then let's go add our shadow. And this part I find so relaxing. Isn't it wonderful that Jesus sits at the right hand of God, interceding for us, alive? Let's go blend that in. And there is no darkness in him, and for those in him. Just like Jesus, we are the light and the life in fullness. wonderful. Okay, and there we have it. Thank you for joining me today. Enjoy the day further, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Bye for now.